Okay, to make the best eggs, you go ahead and start your temperature at, this is called medium, 375 degrees. I have been using an induction stove. And I'm cracking 4 eggs into my bowl. I'm gonna make nice, fluffy eggs, like the restaurant. Perfect color, no burn marks. You choose the kind of eggs that you like. I have free range. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a little bit of salt, just for flavor. I don't put a lot. Okay, it just came out. I was doing a lot of shaking, but there was no salt coming out. So I'm gonna add a little bit for coloring. This is red chili flakes. You don't have to use it if you don't want it. And then a little bit of milk. This is a 2%. So 4 eggs. 1, 2 is enough. Too much, your eggs will be too runny. This is just for a little flavor. You can skip the milk and put water if you like. So now just beat it. Poke the yolk and just beat it. Make it real nice and fluffy. The longer you beat it, maybe 2-3 minutes or even 1 minute is fine. So as you beat it, lift it up, let the air get in there. Do it pretty quickly. So what you do is mixing the yolk and the egg whites and the egg and the milk and the salt and getting the pepper flakes. Okay. So the eggs, I took it right out of the fridge. You could have left it out if you want. So I'm using some extra virgin olive oil, but use butter if you like. The main thing is the temperature. Of your pan is already warm. You put the oil in there. It's not hot. And if you were to use butter, I'll show you what it sounds like if you add butter to it. It should sizzle. You hear the sizzle? This is good temperature. If you're using gas or electric, make sure it's not too hot, because if it's too hot, when you put the eggs in there, it'll become brown, and you don't want it brown. You failed. You made your eggs and it's brown. Okay? So the whole purpose of... So I lowered the temperature now to 275. That is considered medium. You can even go low medium if you like. You don't want to rush this cooking process. If it's too hot, the eggs will be stuck and your eggs will be brown. And you don't want it to be brown, but you want the bottom to have enough. So I'm going to pour it. As you can hear, it's a little light sizzle. You can hear a lot of sizzling. It means you got the heat too high. So go ahead and turn it back down. I'm gonna go ahead and put it down. Let's call it low medium. Okay. So the temperature is what it's all about. And I just move it across. As you can see, I just move it across so the new eggs will get a chance to warm up. So this is a 5-star restaurant style scrambled eggs. No browning. So you just need it to cook. Nice. I just go right along the side and then bring it across. Give it a chance. If you like it runny, you can just flip it over, turn off the heat, and you're good. So, but this will be just fine. Now you can go ahead and flip it. There's no art to this. It could be a mess. That's why it's called scrambled eggs. But it cannot be burnt. Okay? And you can turn off the stove now. It's 0. I'm gonna flip it over and let the remaining heat that's on the pan go ahead and continue cooking. Give it a half a minute or a minute. You can move it around if you like. If you see that if this side has any parts that are not cooked yet, you just flip it back up again so they get a chance to hit it, or just, and then they should look perfect like this. Okay, it's not dried, it's nice and fluffy. And if you don't want it to be too soft, you can keep the heat on another minute. But as long as the heat's low and you're not rushing your cooking, your eggs will be just like this. No brown. And just go ahead and transfer to a plate. I'm doing this all in one hand. Or you can take the whole pan and pour it onto the plate. I think when it's nicer, when the presentation is nice, it tends to be more appealing and probably tastes better because your eyes does some of the tasting. Okay, so nothing left in the pan. That's it. Here's our yolks. If you like a little more pizzazz to it, just throw in some pepper, more pepper flakes, or black pepper. And if you like a little more flavor, you can add a little more. I use sea salt, just a little bit. It may sound like a lot, but that's just the salt moving down. So that's what I use here, and that's the whole setup, start to finish, for my fluffy 5-star scrambled eggs, no browning.